New location? What's happening? And new Haason Reddick news. Positive? In the middle of Labor Day weekend? We find out next.
I'm going to lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
I made it clear that my intention was to play, and my intention was to play for the New York Jets.
All right, welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you find your podcast. I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. And Hop on Pop Takeover. What?
That's it. Live, taking over the show. Here we go.
Beautiful. So, guys, get the comment section rolling. We'll be live both today here on Sunday and live tomorrow on Labor Day itself. So, like the video, hit subscribe, get your questions going. We'll be opening up the phone lines in the second half of the program, and we'll be able to get in all kinds of gizmos and gadgets. Plus, we are 30-something members away. I believe we're 38 members away, but I'll check that out during the show here to see where we're at, how far away we are from the next membership. But last night we were 38 members away, and there was some buzz. There's some rallying from the fans to eventually get that emoji or emoji for my mother. We'll see if that happens here live while she's just in the other room. And we'll see if we can make that happen. But first, Pop, let's go to some footage. Shout out to Will Parkinson. He's the host of the TOJ Talks podcast, which is part of the Badlands Network. As I was driving up here for a 7-hour-plus trip yesterday, I heard that there was positive news on the Haason Reddick front. Maybe. Here is Rich Cimini and Will Parkinson, a little back and forth. Again, this is on TOJ Talks via Badlands. Here's the clip of some positive news, hopefully, in the New York Jets Haason Reddick situation. Roll the footage.
I know it looks bleak right now. Douglas, certainly in the press conference a couple of days ago, did not exude any sort of optimism. However, I do think people there are clinging to some hope that he comes in on Monday or Tuesday. I don't think they have abandoned all hope. We know the NFL is a deadline business. Things don't move until it's crunch time. I think Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that would be crunch time. And so I would say there's probably I'm going to say maybe a 51% chance that he plays opening day. How's that for a cop?
Yeah, no, I know. Someone asked me the same thing. I said 60-40.
He's not playing yet. I just know how this league works and the deadlines, and I'm not ready to abandon it yet. I think there's still a glimmer of hope.
Yeah. No, I've heard some stuff that makes me think he was reporting Monday or Tuesday. But I also think that publicly there's been a little bit of a change of tune from Saleh. You know, I know obviously you guys were asking questions the other day, and he kind of was like, yeah, like there's still time. And I was like, oh, interesting. That was just like a different answer than you've given. And you guys mentioned, you know, his locker being there. He's doing an event in Jersey on Tuesday. He's posting the workout videos. I was like, this kind of feels like a lot of things are moving at least in some type of direction. Maybe not publicly, but there's a lot of weird things.
You're reading the tea leaf. You're trying
I'm trying. There's got to be something. It's like, other than if Haason's not here.
He's already lost over $2 million.
I know.
We know the rule. You know, if a player is on the opening day roster, his salary becomes guaranteed. So that's $14 million he could get guaranteed. He's going to lose about $800,000 a week in game checks if he doesn't show up. I know he seems very entrenched in his position, but I think he went in. All players have a plan when they start a holdout. They're like, if we don't get something done by this date, then this is what we're going to do.
Know what they're saying right
And
now.
with that being said, is there good news on Haason Reddick? We'll find out in a second, but there's good news in the chat, baby. I missed this one yesterday, so I want to apologize. So shout out to Dewey Nation, who gifted a membership yesterday. Daniel Diaz got that membership, a membership to the Boy Green Coffee Club. And again, good things happen. You get a loyalty badge. You unlock the emojis, all the wonderful emojis. And here, let me throw a couple of random ones on the screen, like this guy, some chutzpah, Jets logo. We got B-Mac and
come on.
Jared B and Badshaw and Tio and everybody else. You're able to utilize those emojis. And of course, you get access to the Discord channel where basically the party continues. It's a live chat with all of our members of the Boy Green Coffee Club talking Madden, fantasy football, New York Jets, and keep you up to date with all the latest information, all things Boy Green. They get notified first from that perspective. So shout out to Dewey Nation yesterday. And then, Papa, it looks like we got another membership.
Yeah, it looks like Mother Effin Chew.
Okay, let's play these.
Gifted a membership to JJ the Jet Plane.
All right, another great loyal card-carrying member of the Boy Green Coffee Club. We appreciate you. So we're chipping away. Again, if we go based on the numbers last night, where we're 38 members away from the next emoji, we should be 36 members away. We'll see if that is indeed the case.
Is that Mom Joji? Mom Joji?
I don't know. I see that we're trying to figure that out in the chat right now for how to pronounce that, but we'll get there at some point. But as we're waiting for new potential memberships and liking of videos and hitting subscribe happening here on the channel, Pop, you just heard that from Rich Cimini. All of us are hoping for good news. Now, I do want to give one nugget here. Rich Cimini said this earlier in the podcast. I think it's very important here. The $50,000 a day fines are over. Training camp is over, so there's no more $50,000 a day fines. Haason Reddick max that credit card out. There's no more of those fines coming. However, the next big fines that are coming, of course, are these game checks. NFL players are paid on a week-to-week basis, and it's like $790,000 and change. So let's just round it up for an even number. It's $800,000 for each game check that's coming up here. But what do you believe of the glimmer of hope? Rich Cimini said that some people in the building, the Jets building he's referencing, are clinging to hope that Reddick will either show up on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, because that's when he has to show up if he's going to be eligible, quote unquote, for his game check for the 49ers game.
Yeah, so I think it's really three options out there. So I'm going to give Haason Reddick credit that he's not a complete moron. Well, we'll see. So I would say when you entered the holdout, and they just talked about it, you had to have a plan. So there's probably three different options you have. One is I'm holding out until the last day that I can and still get credit for this year, and that's about week 6. So that could be plan A, right? Plan B is I'm going to go all in. I'm going to give up every training camp, all that money, and then I'm going to report day 1. So then I get guaranteed my money for the rest of the year. And the third one is you just continue to hold out and let it ride, see how long the Jet, play chicken. I think the Jets also have a similar plan. I think their plan is the Stonewall, right? That they're not gonna play in his sandbox. So I expect he's gonna show up on Tuesday, or we're not gonna see him to week 6. I think that's really where you're at. If the Jets don't budge.
Yeah, let's explain your option number 2, because that's something Rich Cimini mentioned there, which may get lost on some people. Haason Reddick was due to make $14.25 million this season in non-guaranteed money. How it becomes guaranteed is by showing up week 1. For veterans, they show up the first game. The rest of their stuff is guaranteed. So think about it. We see it all the time in roster gymnastics for NFL teams who decide to cut a veteran right before week 1. Week 1 happens, they bring that guy back. The Jets have done that, I believe, to Tony Richardson before. And then the rest of his contract for the full year isn't guaranteed. It is in that case for Haason. That's why next week, as we talk about these deadlines and things, that's why it seems more important than any of these other dates, because he wants at least the $14 million. Sure. And again, that does not include all the fines, obviously, he's accrued to this point, which is going to be knocked off some of that $14 million. But he wants that part guaranteed. That's a big pivot point, and we'll see. Again, for the Jets, that might be the line in the sand. And Rich Cimini kind of talked about that too. So shout out to Rich. That, sometimes an agent says, okay, we're going to hold out till September 1st, and we're going to do everything we can, say anything we have to say to try to see if we can get the Jets to budge. And if they don't, okay, September 1st, we show up. But yeah, that $14 million seems like a really big pivot point coming up here in a couple of days.
Yeah. And, you made your point. You're not happy. You got to, at some point, you cut bait, if you will, and just go. Show up September 1st. I'm going to play out this $14 million. I'm not going to be happy. But I don't think any other option makes any sense. So we'll see. But, really, I think he shows up this week.
Okay, another membership, baby.
Lucas S. Lucas S. was gifted membership by Jared B.
Jared B. the man, baby. He has gifted another membership, which again should take us down in the 35 member range away from the Imam Moji.
I think it's Imamji.
Imamji. Oh, like Jumanji. Okay.
Yeah, kind of like you look like Robin Williams from Jumanji.
Yeah, at the first, well, not the first part with the child, but like that intermediate range. We're like, Robin Williams, what the hell? Where have you been, man? He's like, you don't want to know. I've seen things. It's a great scene there for it. So keep the memberships flowing, baby. We appreciate it again here on this Hop on Pop takeover, both on today's show and tomorrow's show. Again, Haason Reddick, I'll pull it up on my Twitter because this is where most of the money has been. The Jets have fined Haason Reddick just under, so far, $5 million. And he's lost a little bit of everything if you start adding up some of the money. So he skipped OTAs. That's not necessarily a fine. It was a workout bonus worked into his contract for $250,000. But by bypassing OTAs, he gave up $250,000. By bypassing the 2-day mandatory minicamp, there was $100,000 in fines. You add up the $50,000 in fine, and as Rich mentioned, that was just under $3 million from that perspective. $2.7 million in preseason games lost, and then there was a discretionary optional $300,000 fine that they got. You add all that up, that is just a hair under $5 million before we get into these again near $900,000 game checks they would be losing on a week-to-week basis. Dad, let's get prediction time. Do you believe Haason Reddick? It maybe not suits up because we'll see, although personally I think for pass rushers it's a little bit easier. If a quarterback showed up 6 days before, or a wide receiver or something, where they have to know the intricacies of the playbook to kind of contribute. For a pass rusher, you feel like you just kind of go out there on third down and say, hey, go rush Brock Purdy. You've done that before. So maybe even if he does show up anywhere in the next couple of days, he can still have even a limited package on game day. But just that he's on the roster. Right now, technically, he's not. He's on the did not report list. What's your prediction? By the time we're playing on Monday Night Football on September 9th, and welcome to the month of September, everybody. It's September 1st today. Do you believe Haason Reddick will be on the roster as he currently is not?
I think he will be on the roster. I don't think the Jets are going to give in. And you got to be careful here because you don't want to send the wrong message. And what I mean by that is you can't give him that $5 million back. Whatever he's lost, you can't give him back. You could shoot the gap and give him part of that back as a gesture of good faith. But if you give it all back to him, then what are you saying to all the people that showed up for training camp? So you really can't do that. I think the compromise, the give the Jets do is we're going to give you some of the money you lost back if you show up. I think he does show up, or he's a moron. I mean, because he doesn't. This is his opportunity to get paid and set himself free for 2025. If he doesn't do it, I don't really know what his plan could be.
Yeah, and just to clarify, $3 million of that near $5 million he's lost so far is non-waivable. So, like, even the NFL teams couldn't. But to my dad's point, I think that you could get creative and say, hey, we're just going to give it. Here's a $3 million bag of money in a duffel bag. So there could be creative ways for him to get that money back, even though technically they're not allowed to just wave and say, no, it's fine. You get these. So that, to me, could be a piece of the puzzle. I'm an optimist by nature. I want to say that he's going to be there, and with this $14 million guarantee, which seems like an important date, I do think the glimmer of hope, as the video says, as Rich Cimini said in the podcast with Will Parkinson, TOJ Talks. I do believe that he shows up. And again, let's go win a Super Bowl. Let's get there, because if he doesn't show up for week 1 and shows up for week 2, or vice versa, you keep going deeper and deeper into the game, the Jets can control his rights. He can toll into the next year, and we're doing the same song and dance next year. And Haason Reddick's older. Again, the Jets are going to be here when Haason, Jim Irsay had that very dark quote last year with the Jonathan Taylor negotiations where he's like, we're all going to live, we're all going to die, and basically the NFL is going to keep churning. So that's a little dark, but basically, I mean, Haason Reddick, the age is against him, not against the franchise that is the New York Jets. So for Haason, it's of paramount importance that this guy gets into the building sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and I think the other part of it is it's really risky for Reddick not to show up, not to play a few snaps against the 49ers, because the Jets go in there, like I think they will, and it doesn't matter. Week 3 or 4, we're not going to remember who played for the 49ers, who was on the roster. But we will remember if the Jets shut down, the quarterback, shut down the running game without Reddick. That we're all going to remember that, and then a lot of his bargaining chips go out the window. So he's really in a tenuous situation if he holds off.
Yeah, and as a couple of people are saying here in the chat, so the thing that is going, and obviously I should have started the show with this. Our thoughts are sent out to Ricky Pearsall. Again, I'm here in New Hampshire, so I'm not getting all the updates as I normally would, but the local news report said he's in very serious condition now. He looked like he was as fine as you could be from getting shot. He put himself in the ambulance, and he seemed to be very cognizant and aware, but the local report here in New Hampshire said he's in very serious condition. So I don't know the latest going on with that, but again, our thoughts and prayers are sent out to Ricky Pearsall. That's a very scary situation. So hopefully he makes it out okay. So like I said, I'm getting the updates a little bit later than normal here in New Hampshire. So hopefully he's okay. From the Brandon Ayuk standpoint, this is a guy that's missed. He was holding in. He was not participating in any of the on-football activity, on-field activity for football. So I'll be kind of curious if there's any rust there from Ayuk. And then obviously the big one to me is, and I shared the joke on Twitter about the Chris Farley scene, Dad. I don't know if you remember this from Beverly Hills Ninja. You get Chris Farley and Martin Tanley. They're at the end. And Martin Tanley was trying to, kill, Beverly Hills Ninja there, Chris Farley, with an Uzi, and he was using his swords to block all the bullets. And then Martin Tanley was like, oh, no, I'm out of bullets. So he throws the gun, and then Chris Farley goes, fine, I'll get rid of the swords to make it an even playing field. If the Jets get no Haason Reddick and the 49ers get no Trent Williams, so we both throw our weapons aside, so to speak, I like the Jets' chances of creating a pass rush better with the group they have versus the 49ers' plan to protect Brock Purdy without Trent Williams, who's just voted the number 7 best player in the entire National Football League, regardless of the position, and he's been the top offensive tackle in football for the last couple of years.
Yeah, so it's gonna really be interesting. I think Reddick shows up this week, and Jets do get a little creative. Nothing pisses me off more than this holding in horse shit. That's like anyone else. Think about everybody that's listening. Go to your work and then just don't do it. Just don't do it. Show up to work. You're a bagger.
Yeah.
You're a bagger. You go there. Yeah, I'm not bagging groceries today. I'm just here. Right? That is, what is the word? Horseshit.
That's the Marshawn Lynch. I'm here so I don't get fined. That's the Marshawn Lynch of it from the Super Bowl from a couple years ago. So yeah, which again, it's a relatively new thing, and I'm surprised, to be honest, that while you hate it, Dad, that Haason Reddick didn't show up. He would have saved himself $50,000 a day, and you still get your point across of not participating. It worked out for Ayuk. He's getting paid $30 million plus per year. He got like a 4-year deal for like $120 million in change there coming up. So it worked out for him. He got there. By the way, we learned this in a funny Salah press conference a couple weeks ago. You get fed 3 meals a day for free. You're in a $1 billion organization, so you have like people that are waiting on you for anything you need at any point, whether it's medical reasons, food reasons, drink reasons, anything. So you don't get fined. You get fed. You come in. You go home. It's very light work. There's plus training camps now, obviously. I don't need to tell you, Pop, as a former college football star, that, practices in 2 days and 3 days, those aren't anywhere near the same because those don't exist anymore from that standpoint. So, again, to me, I don't understand why Reddick didn't hold in. I think that was a mistake by his agent, and they could have saved a lot of these fines and money. He could have been in a ball cap on the sideline for these preseason games, and he doesn't have to, kind of twist anything from that perspective. So
yeah, I mean, that is so beyond infuriating. This hold in thing, it is, the NFL needs to stop this. Put a fucking end to it. Excuse my language, right? So you show up. Whatever it is, I was going to say a really bad word here.
Okay. If you do, just excuse his Guatemalan.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
So, right. My pussy hurts. I can't play today.
Whoa.
All right. Go see the doctor. When the doctor clears you to play, right, you're either going to get on the field and practice, or I'm going to fine you for conduct detrimental to the team. If you stop effing around with these guys, they're getting paid. This holding thing is horseshit. Put an end to it.
Okay, there you go. Boy Green After Dark, everybody, here at 7:49 in the morning. So hopefully you've had your coffee, or you've at least kind of washed your hands when you woke up this morning. There you go for all that happening here on the show. So there you go. Again, shout out to TOJ Talks for that. We appreciate it. Thank you to Will Parkinson and Rich Samini for that nugget. Hopefully it is positive because, again, I think more than one thing can be true at the same time. Haason Reddick is a terrific football player that's had 4 straight double-digit sack seasons. He's a terrific player. He's one of the best players on the New York Jets. He hasn't even really been on the New York Jets yet. So he's terrific. The Jets are terrific. Their roster's terrific. Their pass rushers. Attack McKinley's been a wonderful story. 3 undrafted free agent defensive linemen made the roster. Brandon McGregor of Michigan, Leonard Hill III of Miami, and Eric Watts of UConn. They've got a lot of talent all over the place, and the Jets would be a better team with Reddick on it. It will be a great challenge that first week because the 49ers, it seems like they won't be playing with a full deck of cards. We'll get more into that deeper this week. We'll have some 49ers insiders on and people of that nature to give us the latest info. But it seems in some way there'll be compromise. In some way the Jets will be, depending on this Reddick situation. And even if he shows up, he won't be 100% Haason Reddick, I would imagine, off the get-go. Let's just see how it lines up. The Jets want to win a Super Bowl this year, and Reddick on the team increases their odds. Now, the schedule is pretty manageable. You look at those first 8 games, I'll package it like that. Obviously, San Francisco's tough week 1. You've got week 6, Buffalo, Monday Night Football game. That one's difficult. And then at Acrisure, formerly Heinz Field, their quarterback situation is a disaster, but at Pittsburgh is an iconic place to play. But you get New England twice in there. You get Tennessee. You get Minnesota and London. You get Denver. I mean, there's just so many games on that schedule that allows and sort of sets up for the Jets, Reddick or no Reddick, to have a really good record heading into the second half of the season.
Yeah, when we broke down, you're absolutely right. When we broke down the season, I said this first 6-pack of games, right? The Jets likely, my prediction was 5-1, right? That's not going to help Haason Reddick, right? If he doesn't show up week 1, and Jared B, I'll take your dollar bet. If he doesn't show up week 1, life is not going to get better. He's not going to have more leverage because they will be, write that down. They will be 5-1 or better, right? So bottom line is that this season is set up for the Jets to be in good shape and not helping Reddick out at all.
By the way, the pinned comment currently, that's going to change here in a few minutes, and I'll explain why. But the pinned comment is how you can join the Boy Green Coffee Club. That is our YouTube membership group. It also gives you access to our Discord channel where we continue the conversation beyond 7:30. It's like a live chat room for everybody on anything and everything you want to talk about. Things from the show we talk about, things that will be coming up. You guys get sneak peeks of things that no one else gets. So it's a wonderful conversation. Plus, like I said, unlocking of emojis, and also you get a loyalty badge, and we try to highlight more of those comments than not. So make sure you get those coming. Like I said, the pinned comment is how you punch in your own membership. If you are watching on YouTube, there should be a little money sign by the comment section. You can gift memberships. You hit the money sign, you get several options there in front of you. The final option is gifting memberships. You can gift 1, 3, 5, 10, 50 memberships if you wanted to, and they're $2.99 a month, and you guys can gift those out at your convenience. Like I said, we're trying to get the how is it again, Dad? The what emoji? What are we?
The
Imamji. I got to remember that one. So we're trying to see if we can get the Imamji today. It's going to take a great effort, from you, the fans. Like I said, we've gotten 3 or 4 so far, and we're 30 plus away. So we'll see if somehow that can happen. If not today, at least tomorrow before we leave, so my mom can celebrate. Maybe she can even make her first appearance on the show. Maybe that she could be drawn onto the show by an Imamji. We'll see if potentially that can happen. With that being said, anything else on this Reddick thing you wanted to get off your chest before we potentially open it up to the fans here?
Yeah, no, I'm ready to stop talking about it. Frankly.
I think we all are, quite frankly. So yes, let's hope for the best. Let's see if we get some positive updates. The players have a lot of days off here because remember they're playing on Monday Night Football, so they're going to come back for some light stuff Monday, Tuesday. I believe they have the day off Wednesday, and then they're back fully on Thursday. So don't quote me on that, but it is remember it is a sort of adjusted schedule for Monday Night Football, so it's not the normal like Wednesday is normally our go-to day of getting a lot of information on injury reports and things of that nature. We'll see if that does indeed happen. Okay, so like I said, the pinned comment has been that you guys can join the Boy Green Coffee Club, but we're going to add in a different comment here. Actually, I will do this on the phone here, and we'll figure that out. So, okay, hang on tight. I will be dropping in the invite link for you guys to join in the show. We'll do that here in just a moment. Let me see here. Doing some. Here we go. All right, let me do that jump over here. I'm so sorry, Dan. I'm just being right on top of you here for the call-in link. Okay, call into the show here. Okay, paste, perhaps. There we go. And then enter there.
It's just like watching a monkey fuck a football, folks.
Okay, that's I've never quite seen that, but thank you for the visual. All right, the phone lines are now open, so if you'd like to call into the show, that is now the pinned comment on YouTube. That is youtube.com/boygreen25. We're also streaming on the Heavy on Jets Facebook page and on Twitter at boygreen25. I appreciate the support no matter where you watch the show. It means a lot also for the people that listen into Boy Green Daily separately, but if you'd like to call in, you have to do it on YouTube exclusively. Again, it's youtube.com/boygreen25. Let's go over to those phone lines. I see we got our OC in the building. That is Easy here on the show. What's up, Easy? Easy, can you hear us?
Hey, how you doing?
Oh, well, we're great, Easy. What's on your mind?
Oh, yeah. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
There's just a bit of a delay. I was just calling in to say I'm glad you got to your family safely. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can fix something here.
Sure.
I got my darn headset on, and it's supposed when it goes through the headset, I don't get the echo. So.
Oh, okay. No issues. Also, it seems like
anyway, I'm going to try to ignore the echo and how come your dad can say pussy without getting shut down? And when I said pussy on the show with you and Jake, it shut me right down.
Easy, I think you just said it twice.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's a good point. Also, just so people know, for like shows like Connor's show and Jake Asman show, they control the callers. I'm just there. I'm just talent. I don't press any buttons. They just bring me on their show. So.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Still here. I feel like it's that Sprint commercial. Hello.
Can you hear me now?
Hello?
Hear me?
Can you hear us, Easy?
What I'm supposed to be hearing you through this, and I'm hearing you through my phone.
Oh,
so something weird.
Okay.
Well,
hold on one second. Let me call you back.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead. Okay. Appreciate
technology can be a bitch.
Yeah, that it can. Okay, let me just play a sounder to help us get through it.
Let's do Hep.
Yeah. Oh, Hep. Oh, sure. Let's play the Hep jam. Hep, pull it out, baby. Pull out the guitar. Let's go.
Boy Green Daily, we're talking Jets. We are the best. Forget the rest. We're up to date. We're going there. Super Bowl's coming, so all beware. Yeah.
And also, apparently, Hep says, I've been teasing this forever. Hep has said he's been working on some other musical project surrounding Boy Green Daily, and he said he's going to get it professionally recorded and all these other stuff. So I can't wait for whatever that's going to look like. That should be awesome. That one's a lot of fun. If I'm going to be honest, I am just driving. When I was driving the car yesterday, I'm driving for 7 hours. It's like, Boy Green Daily. I was singing it to myself. So, Hep, that is a classic, baby. And as Terrence says here, hit the like button, y'all. That's a free way for all of you guys to contribute. Also, hit that subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer. I think we're about 100 plus people away from 7,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool. I love how this show continues to take off. And obviously, when the season gets here, things are going to be pretty crazy. All right, let's do take number 2. NY Jets info asks if I have any Jeopardy music. I do have trivia music. I don't know how that's going to hit the same when we're waiting for Easy here, but like... Red wire, blue wire, yellow wire. Yep. Cut the red wire. Here we go. Let's cut the music up, but we have it ready just in case. Let's try this. A discount double check. Easy. Back on the show.
Discount. Oh, yeah, it's fixed now.
Oh, excellent. God bless America. Welcome back.
No, what happens is when I'm listening to the phone, I can't call in unless I have the headset on because I'll just get this horrible feedback and echo loop. It's crazy.
Well,
But
we appreciate the headset because we get offensive coordinator vibes, and that's your brand here.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, even though I'm like a fat Peter Griffin with a goatee, you know.
Yeah, blame Snowball. And by the way, this is what I'm going to be honest. I'm a little worried about this. So
That's my Edmoji.
Your Edmoji, that's right. Well, we're about 30 plus members away from my mom getting her emoji. And here's the thing I'm afraid of. Brandon Badshaw said, "Don't worry, Paul," in the Discord. This is why you guys want to be in the Discord. He says, "Paul, we figured out an emoji for your mom." Your mom?
Oh, God, I could just imagine.
So I'm a little concerned because, again, I have not seen this emoji. They just said, "Let's rally." They seem really excited about it. They're like, "Oh, we need to get this emoji out into the universe." So I'm a little concerned. I'm going to be honest, but like I said, we're 30 members away from seeing that. So again, the same thing.
She might be. They might turn her into the bearded lady between you and your dad.
Who knows? That could be possible, but that's what I'm a little fearful of. So we'll see how quickly we rally some of those memberships.
No, we won't. We won't let him do that. We'll tell him to do a flattering emoji for your mom.
Okay, I'm sure she'll appreciate that. Excellent.
Yeah, she'll be at the game September 19th.
There you go. That's 100%. So let's plug that as well. Yeah, Jets Patriots September 19th. My father and mother will both be there, and that's 18 days. Unbelievable on a Thursday night football game, baby. Terrific.
Yeah, I know Ryan and Matt Ryan are doing the Denver game because that's a 1:00 Sunday game.
I love those. And boy, are we gonna miss those? Those are elite dad times. Like 1:00 Sunday, right? My routine of like going to like a deli, you get a roast beef sandwich, okay, and then sit in front of the TV. Here we go. We got Monday night football like 8:30 at night. We got Sunday night football. We're gonna have Saturday football later. Yeah, a lot of different.
For me, 2 or 3 a year is fine. Having 6 and 7. I mean, I go to my Jets fan club, and we have a bunch of guys that have been going there for years. I mean, years. Like some guys are from Jersey, and they've been doing this for like hundreds of years almost, it seems like. And this just kind of throws a monkey wrench into the whole thing, not having Sundays at 1:00. But, yeah, I understand the NFL wants to, price gouge on Aaron Rodgers. So they want to try to make as much moolah.
We got
that's crazy.
Someone mentioned it earlier. We have Thursday night football. So we have Ravens Chiefs. That should be awesome. Friday night football in Brazil is Eagles Packers. That should be exciting too. No Saturday football, and then obviously full slate Sunday, and then we have the Jets game on Monday. So it's going to be a full slate. I'm looking forward to it coming up in just next weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, we got 3 games in 18 days. I mean, that's a bit much for the human body to withstand.
It's actually for the Jets. It's 3 games in 10 days.
That's 10 days? I thought it was 18 days.
Oh, no, geez. Not 18. No, it's 10. Because
3 games in 10 days.
Monday, Sunday, Thursday. It's in that 10-day span, 100%.
How could they do that?
I don't know. The Chiefs have it later in the season. They believe it if you want, in theory, but they say we've done studies with science and doctors. How far can we push a human body? Basically, that's what they say in the show Survivor too. For how that works.
Wow. Well, maybe that's why Reddick's holding out.
Maybe that could be it. Maybe that's it. All right, hang on tight here, Easy. We got a 5-pack from MFC in the membership. Sweet Lord have mercy. Let's get a loop going here.
So Mother effing Chew.
I guess we'll give it the full run. Here we go.
And one more.
I don't want to cheat the great people. All right, Father, who do we got? Who's our 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club?
Yeah, so Sco.
Okay.
Dayboss 17. Okay. The Fonz.
Hey.
Ohio Jets fan 1.
Okay.
And Goody.
Goody.
It almost looks like Goofy, but it's not.
Yeah, but not to be confused with Woody. It is Goody. So there you go, everybody. We're getting closer and closer to the
Jumanji.
Yes. Oh, whoa, mama. MFC just gave us another one. Sweet Lord have mercy.
And that is Yoshi Yamato.
Yoshi Yamamoto. There you go. Yoshi, welcome to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. and thank you to MFC for gifting these. Let's pay it forward. Let's keep the good vibes going, and let's see before the end of the show. We have 400 people watching live right now. We appreciate you guys. Like the video, hit subscribe. Let's get the juices flowing, baby. Let's get those juices flowing. Go ahead,
everybody. Go and hit your thumbs up. Give it the milk thumbs up for the show, and so he can stay on and pay some bills.
Yes, that's right.
And I'm going to go have my Sunday breakfast. So you guys have a great day.
Thank you, EZ. Thanks for joining us, our resident offensive coordinator here on the show. And let's throw on this. This is his emoji that I don't know if he's completely pleased with. Boom. The beard does look like EZ, so that was very much on point in the Jet stuff. I love Family Guy, so there you go. Old Peter Griffin there. EZOC, our resident offensive coordinator here on the show. The phone lines are open, baby. That is a pinned comment on youtube.com/BoyGreen25. Like I said, we're trying to rally enough memberships to see how far away we are. So I want to do a quick discount double check while we're here. I do want to see how many we were before the start of the show today. That'll give us an indication here on some of the numbers. So let's see. By the way, we're one member away from 6,830 members. We appreciate that. All right, let's go over here to, yep, it's me. Oh, geez. This is my normal computer, so, let me see if I can. Okay, maybe I can't check. Well, that's all right. Well, either way, we appreciate all the memberships coming in, and I'll have to check it later. I'm in a different setup than normal over here as it pertains to all the memberships coming in. But either way, we appreciate it. So shout out to EZ for joining us here on the show. Initial thoughts there, because we're going to have to double check, is like, Woody might be stomping on a little bit of your territory. During the season, he does his Woody 3, which are game day shows. So I imagine you'll have to be the other weekend day or join us as well for those Woody shows that'll be coming up during it. What is your initial take on Jets 49ers as we're here? Again, we're entering game week or Sunday. It's 8 days away.
Yeah, I think it's really what's going to highlight the Jets 49ers game. It's not going to be Aaron Rodgers and how he plays. It's really going to be the fact that we had how many undrafted free agents make the defense?
In total, I believe, off the top of my head, I think it's only the defensive linemen, which are three.
Yeah, so those three, that three-pack, really how they're going to play, how they're going to stack out, how they're going to rotate in. If we had talked about it in March with anybody, are three undrafted free agents going to make this defensive line? And the answer would have been maybe one or no.
Right.
So them rotating in is going to be super key. How they stack up against the 49ers have an impressive offensive line. So that's really one of the key things. And then obviously how healthy Mike Williams is. So those things are going to be really interesting. I think they're going to spread the ball around. 49ers have a stout defense. It's going to be one of the best games of the weekend.
Who has the advantage? So think about this. Obviously, Saleh, he gave a wonderful answer a couple of days ago when talking about what the 49ers have been to his career. They gave him the first opportunity to be a defense coordinator here in the NFL. The 49ers defense, when he took over, was terrible. He was able to turn it, obviously, into a more than respectable unit that made a trip to the Super Bowl. But Kyle Shanahan knows Saleh's defense. He had him under his wing for a significant period of time. In the inverse, Saleh got to see how Kyle Shanahan operates as an offensive play caller. Heading into this, Kyle Shanahan should know the Jets' defense as well as anybody. Ulbrich as well. He's a former 49er, spent 10 years there with San Francisco. So there's a lot of connective tissue here. But who has the advantage heading into week one? Is it evened out because both sides know each other very well? Or does one side have a slight advantage over the other heading into this matchup?
Yeah, I think it's evened out. And I'll tell you that they may know each other, but the Jets defensive backfields, right? You can know all you want to know about the schemes, but the talent that's out there on that, what are you going to do with that? The advantage on the chemistry side of the ball is with the 49ers offense, right? All those key players, whether it's Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, McCaffrey, Purdy, they're all in the mix last year, right? Aaron's going to build this relationship with Mike Williams, with the Corley, so there's some building to do because there was really limited last year in the training camp and then this year's training camp. So I think it's a pretty even playing field. There is on the offense, the proficiency, the familiarity is really on the side of the 49ers with the Jets defense kind of offsetting that. So it's going to be great to watch.
Okay, I hope after I say this one I don't get kicked off the show, but do the Jets pussyfoot? There you go, for the people in the back. Do they pussyfoot around in this game? Because I feel like there's two ways you could go about it offensively. Whether the first drive is 49ers with the toss, Aaron Rodgers, you come out here first, or vice versa. 49ers get the drive that it comes back to the Jets. Do you save Aaron in terms of just like run a couple of Brees Halls, do very simple things where he's not thinking about it? It's one progression. Hike the ball, throw. Do some of those kind of things where you try to ease Aaron Rodgers into the game, or do you just go right for the jugular? The Jets have done this in games past over the last a decade plus. I remember a Fitzpatrick game. I believe that one was in London against the Dolphins. So the first play of the game, play action, 80-yard bomb to Brandon Marshall, and they were successful in the catch. It set the tone immediately. Dolphins were on their heels, and all of a sudden the Jets kind of did that. We saw that one of the viral clips that went crazy on Twitter. I shared the clip from one Jets drive of Aaron Rodgers in the Jets-Giants joint practice. Garrett Wilson's jogging back to the huddle, and Aaron turns to Garrett and says, hey, G, run a go ball on their ass. I'm going to chuck it up. And then, you have the mic'd up version, and then actually what happens, he play actions and just uncorks like an 80-yard bomb to Garrett Wilson for a touchdown. And everyone starts going crazy. The Garrett Wilson chants in the stands. Where do you lean? Kind of ease Rodgers into the game? Because again, if we're real, another Rich Meany stat he said on the Will Parkinson show, it's been 20 months since Aaron Rodgers has legitimately played football. Which side of the fence do you lean on there?
Yeah, so I'd like to say the Jets need to stick to what brought them to the dance. And what brought them to the dance, I mean, for the past 3, 4, 5 years, any upside for the Jets was the defense. So I say you let the 49ers have the ball, and we take the ball in the second half.
Yeah.
I would tell you mix it up. I like the concept of play action, maybe not in the first play, because if I'm the 49ers, I'm expecting that.
You are? Okay.
I am expecting that, right? And so I let Aaron be Aaron. I let him come up with a plan. What do you see? I'm not a big fan of the 15 scripted plays that some coaches do, because what are you doing, right? There's a whole bunch of variables. You have no idea what they're going to come out with. So you come up with a few different plans and check and adjust throughout. But I definitely let them have the ball first, and then script, maybe the first 2 or 3 plays, and maybe one of them is a play action.
Yeah, we'll see if they even get the choice, obviously. It could go the other way where they're forced to step on the field first. Let's go to one of our superstars, one of our guys that has been immortalized in emoji form forever. I'm sure he printed it out. It's hanging up in his house. It's probably the centerpiece of his dining room table, perhaps. Let's go to legendary Hep here. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Mr. Edson. Hey, Paul. How you doing?
Excellent.
I agree with your dad. Definitely, give them the ball first. Let us take it in the second half. But I think in this day and age, what you have to do is you have to pass to open up the run game. Where in the old days it was reversed. I think until we prove that we can do it, they're going to crowd that. They're going to crowd that line, and then the Jets. Then once we knock off a couple of 10-yard, 20-yard passes, then it's like, okay, let's feed Brees. This is what we're here to do, and get him on his way to Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking doing. And I was thinking, Paul, I was with you for so long now. I remember when you got your first 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
And I also remember when we used to talk about the first draft, who said, I want to draft Matt Eraser.
Yeah, look at that. I know. It's so cool because, like, when these milestones hit, what I do is I just look back and like, damn, and I go back to see old videos and stuff. I'm like, look how far it's come from either topic conversation, like, whoa, because obviously a lot has happened over the last 4+ years. So it's pretty crazy. Hep.
Okay, man. I just want to check in with you guys. It's Labor Day and everything, family stuff going on. But
yeah,
before
you sign off, Hep, is there any update on whatever musical project you're working on? What is the latest? Give us the deets. Give us a scoop.
The song is complete in my head. The rest is all scribble, dibble, dibble, dibble. Get it on the machine, and then I'll have it to you before the beginning of the season.
Okay, there you go. Hep, boom! He's throwing down the spike. Hep, enjoy your holiday weekend, brother.
Love you guys. Bye.
All right, there he is, Hep. Legend. Wow. Okay. I said I don't want to put pressure on you. He's like, it'll be to you before the season starts. Whoa, mamacita. Okay. Can't wait to see that action happening there. Okay, let's you know, I don't know if you saw the episode last week, Dad. Did you see the episode with Ian O'Connor?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, his book is Out of the Darkness, the mystery of Aaron Rodgers. Well, let's go into the darkness, the mystery of Brandon Badshaw here on the show. Brandon, we can almost make out your outline here. What's going on?
Well, I'm hiding in my bathroom so my wife can sleep today.
Oh, well, that's very nice of you. On the holiday weekend, no less. Let her sleep in. Good move, Brandon. Yes.
I don't know how I always get to where I call in after Hep. It's like, how do you follow up Hep? Every time. No, it's always.
It's random, right? To who's, or at least from my perspective, I don't know if you guys are coordinating something outside. To me, it's random as they pop in. I'm like, oh, look, Hep. Oh, look, Brandon. Oh, look, this. Yeah.
Well, you're like, this guy, he's calling in. He's a legend. He's an emoji. And I'm like, is he talking about me? And then you're like, Hep, the greatest. But I'm like,
which also, you are also an emoji form. Let's show that one up. This is one of we have a lot of cool emojis. Shout out to Snowball and Mix, all these. Like, this one is cool, man. I hope this is a college football. I hope someone took this and made this on their college football video game. I love this. This looks cool. It's got an intensity to it. Yeah, the bubble Badshaw. This is sweet, man. You got one of the coolest emojis of the entire group, man.
Well, I appreciate that. And I've definitely got that as my little logo for our fantasy team and everything.
Oh,
and
good.
I just think it's cool that, you know, a lot of teams, they kind of use the same stuff, like Cougars, Wildcats, and it's like, we're in Arkansas, we're a bunch of fat guys, we're hogs. Like, we embrace it, you know.
Yeah, I love
Nobody
that.
wants to screw with a hog, you know. But anyway.
That's right. No, not me.
I really like, I don't know if your mom had set up, I guess that's your dad's office that y'all are in.
Yes.
I definitely like your baby foot in the background.
Oh, yeah. Where's? Oh, yeah. That's a bear, I believe, right there. That's a barefoot we got going on back there.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Correct. Barefoot.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
It's someone's baby, perhaps. You know,
yeah.
Mama Bear's baby, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, to get on the Haason Reddick stuff, I'm just, man, I can't deal with it anymore. I'm ready for us to win against the 49ers, and we'll quit talking about it. He's not going to play for us this year. As positive as I am for the Jets, I'm a positive guy. I just don't see it happening, man. I think we're still a team that until we get the respect by beating teams like the 49ers, we've got some tough teams on this schedule. Once we start beating some, people will start taking us serious. But right now, it's just like, I get tired of hearing the same old Jets. You know, we had a lot of hype.
Yeah.
Then it's, you know, the Haason Reddick, the Codrington crap, the Viking safety. I can't think of it.
Yeah, Lewis Dean. Yeah, but we don't even need to know his name. Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah.
Which Codrington, you know, if he scores a touchdown against us, that's 6-56. You know, I mean, the Bills are beating us this year.
No, I love that.
We're good. We're good with the team we have. Now, would I love to have Haason Reddick? Yes. Would I sleep at night better knowing we had him on our team and playing? Yes, definitely. But that being said, I think after we get this first win, I think the Haason Reddick thing is going to go out the door, and we'll forget about that.
Hey, Brandon, have you ever seen the movie Dodgeball, the American Underdog story? Have you seen that movie?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Vince Vaughn has a quote very early in that movie. I set the expectations low, and I can never disappoint myself. So with you saying Haason Reddick, he ain't going to play for us. See, set it down here. And then when he plays, whoa, exciting, an explosion of excitement and surprise. I like the cut of your jib, Brandon. Yes.
Oh, yeah. And, you know, if we can get that week 1 win against the 49ers, I promise you guys, I'm not going to let the Titans beat us. I'll be at that game. I'll do whatever it takes. If I have to run out there, tackle somebody, I'll do it. We're going to win that game. I promise you.
I love it.
I want to ask this to Papa Esden, my stepdad being a Cowboys fan. Who's going to have the better record at the end of the year? I know you're an honest guy. I know you'll tell us how it is. the Jets or Cowboys? Who's going to have a better record at the end of the year? I haven't really looked at their schedule.
Yeah, I would say, and this is not what I think the Jets are going to do is public record, as I predicted the season at 12-5.
Yeah,
I think Cowboys have the fourth year in a row of 12 wins this year. So I think they have the same record.
Politically correct answer. Very nice. They're the same.
Everybody wins.
Running for office. Yes.
And also, Paul, I'll leave you with this. And so this year, can you do like some predictions through every week, like your takes on, and Pop, I'd love to get yours too, on who's going to win each week, all 32 teams. Could we get something like that every week?
Yeah, I think we could find a way to make that work. We'll work on that for you, Brandon.
I'd definitely be interested. But hey, I appreciate you guys. Pop, you're going to have to message me on the Discord where you got that shirt. My cousin would love that shirt. So, all right. I appreciate it, boys.
Thanks, Badshaw. Okay, folks, this is a historic moment that's about to happen in this show's history. This guy has never called into the show. It's his first time. So I'm trying to find proper things. One of these, perhaps. And I'm not sure if anything else would do it justice. I don't even know what to do with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands. So this guy is calling in for the first time. He is the moderator of this YouTube chat. He is the architect of the Discord. Jared B, for the very first time, is calling into Boy Green Daily.
Oh, I love this guy.
Yeah. It's you, buddy. Jared B, welcome to the program, man. Thanks for, of course, all the hard work you do. And, man, why today? Let me ask you that. Why today? Why is today the day that you finally have unveiled
people keep asking me to call in. I don't know why.
Peer pressure.
So I'm calling in. That's all I got. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I guess they want to hear my takes on Adam Gase.
Okay. Yeah. Do you have any to share on Adam Gase?
He should have got an extension. It was that's where we went wrong.
Yeah.
You should have gave him at least a 10, 15-year extension, maybe.
Yeah, that could have worked. A missed opportunity.
That would have worked.
There.
That's where we went wrong, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great take.
Well, yeah, that's a good one. That one's still on it, man. There's no doubt about it. And I love that name tag, Lord of the Discord, and it's pretty cool. I knew what Discord was, but like I had never really engaged much in it. So when he had the idea, I was like, okay, let's see what happens. And now how it's continuing to evolve and blow up, man, everyone seems to be really getting a kick out of it. I just helped both of my parents make sure they finalized both of their entries into Discord. It's been great.
Nice. Yeah, and your dad talking about these brown trout last night. We're reiterating that.
He hit home. Yeah, he's a fisherman.
I thought Badshaw was going to deliver food for everybody this morning.
Oh, hey now.
Well, hold him up. Hold him up so I can see him.
Yeah, I don't think. Hey, what the? Whoa, hey now. It's a fresh catch.
So, you really think Reddick's going to show up before game one?
I do. And I think it's because, while I am just an optimistic guy by nature, it's really what Rich to me says. It shouldn't even be about that. It's about the money. And this guy's lost nearly $5 million. He can guarantee his 14.25. And then from there, will it just be collect his 14.25 and he just plays pissed off all year and says, all right, I'm going to get my bag from somebody else next year. Does the 14.25 and he does the JFM thing where he plays for a couple games, he slides out and the Jets are like, okay, you've proven yourself. Here's that contract that we were talking about. I hope they don't do that to me. I'd rather him as a mercenary. You hire a hitman to do the hitman job and then leave. And then I never have a conversation with you again. I'm fine with Haason coming in here, trying to help us win as much as possible this year, and then see ya. Let someone else pay you a ridiculous amount of money in the future. That's kind of how I have it set out, and pay the money to other people on the Jets.
Yeah, there's really nothing more for him to gain, right? He's done what he's done. He's held them up at gunpoint. He's held them hostage, and now he's just hurting himself, right? He's like, oh, let me punch you. Oh, shit, I punched myself in the face. So there's nothing more for him to gain by not showing up. His contract won't be guaranteed, and what he doesn't want to do is be on the Jets for the same salary next year. So I really don't see him not showing up.
Well, the only thing I'm thinking is he's, probably hoping that they don't get to the quarterback and they come in with, wanting to throw money at him. I don't see that happening, especially with Trent.
That's the last real gamble. If he's going to do one step further, right? If he's going to go all in, all in. If that's he's going to go all in and hope that Tuesday morning, a week from the 9 days from now, the Jets are crawling on their knees. Right? Or he's going to realize he pushed his chips all in and he had a 2-7 for those poker fans out there.
Yeah, real quick, is that a Cowboys all in or is that a normal all in when you just tried to push your chips in there? What the?
All right, actually, all right, I'll give you an all in. This is now turned into a live USC event.
Whoa, wait now. Go ahead, Jared.
But you're saying Simeon's saying that they're going to guarantee him his contract. Like, there's nothing if he comes in now, he's still out $4.7 million. Like, but he's saying that they're going to offer him to guarantee the contract if he comes in before game one.
Yeah, no, just to clarify, it's not really a move like the Jets are doing him a solid. It's him doing a solid for himself. Veterans in the NFL that are on teams that have enough vested time, if they show up for week one, their contracts, the non-guaranteed portion just becomes guaranteed. So it's not like the Jets are doing him a solid. It's something that would happen by nature, which Rich talked about months ago because, while it technically is non-guaranteed, while it's technically non-guaranteed, it doesn't really matter because the Jets would never cut him. So it was going to be guaranteed as long as he showed up. So that's the reason why Rich believes he's going to show up. If you show up week one, because a lot of veterans, we talked about it a little bit earlier in the show, a lot of NFL teams will cut a veteran right before week one so they don't guarantee his salary for the season and then bring him back the next week, which seems kind of dickish, but it is what it is. It's a cutthroat business. That's why he believes Haason will show up.
But he'll still be out $4.7 million or more.
That money, that money he's after. There's no, unless the Jets do something beyond what's said, then he still loses that money. That's correct.
Okay, so now if he doesn't show up for game one, he loses his game check, another $800,000.
Yep, and the full 14.25 is not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed. If he's not there for game one, it's not guaranteed. Okay, well that makes sense. Then he might show up. I might owe your dad $1.
Okay, we'll see if that ends up. Hey, that'll be the best dollar ever spent. Jared, thanks for calling in, brother. It's great to finally see your face, man, and thanks for everything you do for the show, man.
Hopefully you can get over it.
There we go from Jared B. Okay, we'll try to squeeze in a couple of calls because we're actually going to church. So let me get a couple of people in here. I see Snowball here. What's up, Snowball?
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
He's not showing up.
Okay.
Haason Reddick is not showing. He's not playing this season. I've come to this conclusion that he has stuck his heels in the sand and he's not coming in. Sorry. If he does, I'm wrong. But for now, the way things seem, this guy's not showing up.
But then he's a Jet next year, you know what I mean? So like if he doesn't show up at any point.
I know. But he's making a point. He is making a point, and he's standing on his own business. So I just believe that he's not going to show this year.
Okay, fair enough.
I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
What's for breakfast after church?
We're gonna have like a brunch at a local brewery in the White Mountains up here.
Does it include beer?
Of course it does.
All right, that's good.
It's a phenomenal place. If you could look off screen, I actually have 7 cases stacked over here.
He actually does. I kid you not. Yeah, that is there. He said, and the big breakfast that's supposed to be coming, my father was saying, is tomorrow, right before I leave. We're going to have a big kind of family get together, and then I'm going to head out on the road back to New York.
Good. All right. The other thing, the way you guys are sitting, it looks like Paul is way taller than Pop. So
it is. This is, sometimes objects in the mirror may be closer than they appear. And, things appear as they are. I was just
wondering. I was just wondering who's taller. The last thing and the most important thing, I understand. The other thing and the most important thing is, listen, when it comes to married couples, right? You ask, okay, if I'm going to make an emoji for mom, right? You ask the husband.
Okay.
Right?
So he will get to see it for everyone else.
For the creative direction. So Papa Esden, what should it look like? I mean, you can put it in the Discord. You can tell me now. It's up to you.
Yeah, I think I'll put it in the Discord only so that the surprise is not ruined.
Ooh, okay. So you guys he has full access now, so you guys can DM each other, so you guys can figure that piece of the puzzle out. But Snowball, we appreciate you always making the emojis, man.
All right, man. Take care. Enjoy breakfast.
Enjoy
church.
Quick plug. Snowball, you guys got another Jets Worldwide?
10:30. Yes. 10:30 this morning. Yeah. Check it out on Jets Worldwide.
All right.
Say beautiful. A prayer for the Jets.
There we go. Yeah, we need it. That's for sure. To the 543 people in the room, real quick, we'll get in FL Phil 98 here at the buzzer. What's up, brother?
Good morning, gentlemen, and happy Labor Day weekend.
Same to you, man.
Along the lines of what Badshaw said about the weekly predictions, I just wondered, do you want to make any like bold predictions? It doesn't have to be today or like before the season starts. Is there like a thing that you want to say you think's going to happen, or whatever?
Yeah, this is odd because when you said it, one thing really surprised me. I would tell you that, and this is not Jets related, not really Cowboys related. I think the Philadelphia Eagles are going to implode, and their coach is fired before the end of the season.
Ooh, Nick Sirianni. Okay.
I think that happens. I think people have given a lot more credit. That implosion at the end of the year was a real thing. They lost 6 of their starters. I'll just tell you, if he gets fired midseason, he's not coaching there in 2025.
Wow.
That's a great one. See, that's what I'm talking about. There you go.
Brings the heat, baby.
I got one. We talked about the Jets' final record this year and all that. I believe they go into the last 2 weeks of the season. So their last 2 games are Miami and Buffalo. I got the Jets at 10-5. I got Buffalo and Miami both at 9-6. The Jets win those 2 games. They get their 12. They win the division. Okay. And there's 100 things that could happen between those 3 teams in those last 2 weeks. It's going to come down to that, I believe, 100%. All right.
Yeah,
and I also think that this year, because the AFC is so competitive, don't be surprised if 12 gets you the number 1 seed. Depending on tiebreakers, don't be shocked if 12 gets you there.
So book my buy plans today. Okay, baby, let's go to the divisional. 2-2.
Okay. And one last thing.
Sure.
You mentioned the Pittsburgh game. I believe you never sleep on Pittsburgh. I don't know what it is. Smoke and mirrors. Maybe he should have won some more Super Bowls, but man, that team is always there. They always seem to be either in the playoffs or on the bubble, no matter what. I think, and people are going to maybe hate me for this, I think the loser of the Jets-Pittsburgh game could come back to haunt him and get bumped out of the playoffs.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one, and I think you're right. I am going to those words I just said. Pittsburgh. Who's that? That might come back to bite me. There's no question about it, Phil. I got a lot of Steelers people in my life. I think that was probably clipped. I'm going to be honest. That was clipped.
All right, and I got part 2 of the Jets coaching thing. I'll do that another day.
Okay, beautiful.
Peace. Have a great day, guys.
Holiday, man. Thank you so much. And we'll end on that super chat, Dad, that came in from Ron Weiss here. Good to see you, Mr. Esden. Great job raising that guy next to you. Thank you for your service and hope things get better in November. Safe trip back, BG. Yes, my son is coming up in November, which will be great. Father, any last comments to Ron? And thank you. Oh, wait, for every super chat, we can't forget. Phil loves this. He loves this, baby.
Wow.
Oh, there you go. Zariah Luna, go ahead.
Well, thank you very much, Ron. We appreciate that, and really, he's a good son.
There you go, baby. Ron, thank you so much. Thank you to the 600 people that are watching. Like the video, hit subscribe. And for the people that are watching after the fact, either on audio or video, we appreciate you. We have to head to church, but I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in again. We'll be back tomorrow. It'll be me and my father again doing another show. Ron, thank you so much for the super chat. Means a lot, brother. And it's such a cool feeling to be able to get to do this show with my dad. A lot of people do, and I always use the example of construction or a financial guy or something where they don't get to work alongside their father and do stuff. So I never take this for granted, and nor do I take any of you guys for granted. So thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for all the memberships. We'll try to get the Imanji perhaps tomorrow on the show. But either way, appreciate everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care and enjoy the Labor Day holiday. Thanks, everybody.